people, and welcome to episode 3 of our Modernism series. And today I want to talk you through the writing rules of Formalism. Now, what is Formalism? Formalism is primarily on a number of articles written over more than a decade. It reads as though it has been written for a book and is more logic-based theatre rather than romantic, rather than empathetic-based theatre. But anyway, now that we know that, let's move on to our character. Now, as you can see, this character is very different from our original two characters. The outfit is simpler, it's plainer, it still suits the character style from the piece that I'm going to be using, which is Bertolt Brecht's The Caucasian Chalk Circle, as I feel that this represents Formalism to the best that it can and represents the conventions that I'll be talking about later. There you can see it has simpler clothes, they're using leggings, which is easy to come in and out of. And that is a part of Formalism, that is part of Brecht's theatre, which I'll get to more in a second. Now to talk about set. This is where we start to see the biggest difference between naturalism and realism and Formalism. And you start to move away from the big sets, the big, very realistic sets, and more towards the neutral sets, sets that don't have a back wall so you can see into backstage. Formalism is the start of where the rules of theatre start to break, and that is with the breaking of the backstage wall. So as an audience you can see what's going on backstage, you can see the actors getting in and out of character. This means that you are effectively not letting your audience empathize with your characters because they can see the change between an actor and the character. They can see them switched from both. So the set is usually quite minimal, quite easy to maneuver, could have some more interesting elements to it. Maybe that you use the lighting more as a prop essentially to like help break it apart rather than just have massive sets with full furniture and that kind of stuff. This is so that you do break the audience's illusion, and you want that as part of the theatre. You don't want your audience to empathise with your characters in Formalism theatre because it's all about logic, not about the characters really, more about something more political. I would say that Brecht theatre is quite political. But anyway, moving away from set and to your writing, and I want to focus on 3 main areas of which that Brecht introduced part of epic theatre and Formalism theatre, and that is just I don't know how to say that word montage and the not but. Now I'd like to start with the gesture, and gesture means not just a simple hand gesture but something a bit bigger, so something that shows like the subtext of the action, if that makes sense. So it shows their attitude, their social attitude specifically. So I can show you that here. What have they done to the governor? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! So as you can see, the servant is running his finger across his throat quite viciously, and that is a rather bigger action to do than to just say what he means, if that makes sense. So you can see that the subtext is there, and you see that after Grut asks him like what happened, and he does that, shows his social attitude towards it, that almost like he doesn't care and he just wants to tell this gruesome detail of what happened. But anyway, moving on to the not but moment. Now there are a few not but moments in the Caucasian Chalk Circle, but I like to focus on the first one that appears in the play, and it is this. As you can see, it's quite short bit. It's all stage actions, but Grisha you can see the decision that she's trying to make on her face, and between leaving and running away and getting away to saving the child and helping the child. Now in the play, the chorus part of it, they're called the singers in the play, and they are telling the story more, which is why the definition makes sense, because it does read more like a book than it does a play. So yes, the not but moment, as you can see, it's written all over her face, the decision she has to make between leaving and escaping and saving her own life, or risking her life to save the child that's not even hers, the child that comes from a richer family, that's completely different to her, but is a baby. And that is basically what the not but moment is. It's the decision between, it's the showing of the decision between two different possibilities and showing the character make that decision. And then onto montage. Now montage is a juxtaposition type of imagery. So you have this image of people being happy and laughing and stuff, but then you have sad music over it. That kind of feeling, or the other way around obviously. You'd probably be more likely to see something sad and have happy music over it, like the beginning of Up. But yes, in the Caucasian Chalk Circle, I'm going to pick the scene where Grisha has to marry a dying man so that she has a husband on paper, so she's not just on her own with a child in this land, and she'll have the farm left to her and stuff like that, so she can look after the child. The scene that's happening is there's the monk who did the ceremony and a peasant, and they're just chatting about and getting really drunk, and then you have this really jolly music over the top, and the monk and the boy are talking about how the guy's gonna die and that the marriage wasn't very nice and that kind of stuff. There you go.
The trumpet sounds like a whining baby. And you little drummer, what gossip are you bringing aboard? What about the bride shaking a leg, kick the legs or rattle the bones? Where the pretty Miss Plush Bottom wed, with a man with no teeth in his head. They inquired, is it fun? She said, no, it is none. Still there are candles and soon he'll be dead.
And as you can see, the difference between the imagery that you can see and the music and what they're talking about specifically is so different to how the music is playing. Even if they sound jolly and happy, it's what they're saying that is the montage, the difference between the deaths and the sadness there to the happy light music that's playing over the top. So I think I have covered everything, and I would just like to go over the core writing rules once again, just so you guys know. These are the things that I have covered in this video that I think you need to have in your formalism piece to write for formalism theatre. So firstly, a simple set, something plain, simple and easy to maneuver around, easy so that the audience can see into backstage. Then if you do want to write a piece for formalism theatre, please look into Brecht more. If you would like me to do a video on just Brecht and his work, then I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know down in the comments. But specifically look into those three conventions, the gestures, montage and the not but. Have your characters, you can still flesh them out, but just keep their costume simple and write in the bigger actions as subtext. So make the piece that you're writing sound like a story. Maybe write it as a story, because that would work quite well. As long as it still is in like the same format as a play, it would still work quite well. But I think, and one more thing. Don't let your audience empathise with your characters, because that's not the point of formalistic theatre. The point is to bring logic to it, basically. And I think that's everything. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Thank you. Bye.